The Renaissance in Italy. Masaccio. Masaccio was born in the early 15th century in the Tuscan town of San Giovanni Valdarno, Italy. He emerged during a period of profound cultural and artistic transformation as Italy experienced a revival of interest in classical antiquity and a newfound emphasis on humanism and realism. Growing up in the vibrant city of Florence, Masaccio was exposed to the burgeoning intellectual and artistic currents of the early Renaissance. Florence, a bustling center of trade, commerce, and artistic patronage, was home to some of the greatest minds and talents of the time, including the likes of Brunelleschi, Donatello, and Ghiberti. As a young artist, Masaccio studied under the guidance of the esteemed painter Masolino da Panical, whose influence would shape his early artistic development. Under Masolino's tutelage, Masaccio honed his skills in drawing, composition, and perspective, laying the groundwork for his future success as a painter. Yet it was Masaccio's encounter with the works of Giotto and the innovative architectural designs of Brunelleschi that truly ignited his artistic imagination. Inspired by Giotto's mastery of form and expression, as well as Brunelleschi's revolutionary approach to perspective, Masaccio began to develop his own distinctive style, characterized by its naturalism, emotional depth, and dramatic realism. In 1424, Masaccio received his first major commission, a series of frescoes for the Brancacci Chapel in the Church of Santa Maria del Carmine in Florence. This monumental project would become his magnum opus, showcasing his unparalleled skill as a storyteller and his profound understanding of human emotion and anatomy. Throughout his brief but prolific career, Masaccio continued to push the boundaries of artistic expression, experimenting with new techniques and materials to achieve greater realism and depth in his paintings. His innovative use of light and shadow, known as chiaroscuro, revolutionized the way artists approach the representation of space and form. First and foremost, Masaccio's artistic style was characterized by a commitment to naturalism and realism. He sought to depict the world as it appeared, with a focus on accurately representing human anatomy, proportion, and expression. Masaccio's figures possess a sense of weight, solidity, and three-dimensionality that was unprecedented in the art of his day. His mastery of perspective and foreshortening further enhanced the illusion of depth and space in his paintings, creating a sense of immersion and realism that captivated viewers. In addition to his naturalistic approach, Masaccio was also a master of composition and narrative storytelling. He had a keen understanding of the principles of balance, harmony, and rhythm, which he employed to create dynamic and engaging compositions that drew viewers into the heart of the narrative. Masaccio's paintings are often characterized by their clarity of composition, with figures arranged in carefully choreographed poses that convey a sense of movement, emotion, and drama. Whether depicting biblical scenes, mythological stories, or everyday life, Masaccio infused his compositions with a sense of narrative urgency and psychological depth that resonated with viewers on a profound level. Another hallmark of Masaccio's artistic style was his use of light and shadow to create mood, atmosphere, and drama. He was one of the first painters to fully embrace the principles of chiaroscuro, the use of light and shadow to model form and create a sense of volume. Masaccio's mastery of chiaroscuro allowed him to imbue his paintings with a sense of depth, texture, and luminosity that brought his compositions to life. His careful modulation of light and shadow added an element of drama and intensity to his work, heightening the emotional impact of his narratives and drawing viewers into the scene. His most renowned paintings are The Tribute Money, 1425. This fresco, Located in the Brancacci Chapel in the Church of Santa Maria del Carmen in Florence, depicts the biblical episode of the tribute money, where Jesus instructs Peter to find a coin in the mouth of a fish to pay the temple tax. Masaccio's rendition of the scene is notable for its naturalistic depiction of human figures and its use of perspective to create depth and space. The painting's composition, with its carefully arranged figures and dramatic lighting, captures the moment of divine revelation with remarkable clarity and emotional resonance. The tribute money is considered one of Masaccio's greatest achievements and a masterpiece of Renaissance art. The Expulsion from the Garden of Eden, 1425. Another fresco from the Brancacci Chapel, The Expulsion from the Garden of Eden, depicts the biblical story of Adam and Eve's expulsion from paradise after their disobedience to God. Masaccio's portrayal of the scene is notable for its emotional intensity and psychological depth. The figures of Adam and Eve, depicted in the moment of their fall from grace, convey a profound sense of anguish and despair. The painting's composition, with its dynamic poses and expressive gestures, captures the tragic consequences of sin with poignant immediacy. The Expulsion from the Garden of Eden is regarded as one of Masaccio's most powerful and evocative works. The Holy Trinity, 1427 to 1428. Housed in the Basilica of Santa Maria Novella in Florence, the Holy Trinity is a groundbreaking work of religious art that exemplifies Masaccio's mastery of perspective and his innovative approach to composition. The painting depicts the Holy Trinity, God the Father, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit, as well as the Virgin Mary and Saint John the Evangelist. Masaccio's use of linear perspective creates the illusion of a three-dimensional space, with the figures appearing to recede into the distance. The painting's composition, with its central vanishing point and symmetrical arrangement of figures, creates a sense of harmony and balance that reinforces the theological significance of the scene. The Holy Trinity is considered one of the earliest examples of true linear perspective in Western art, and a landmark achievement in the history of painting. The Madonna and Child with St. Anne, 1424 to 1425. This altarpiece, also known as the Madonna del Latte, is housed in the Uffizi Gallery in Florence. It depicts the Virgin Mary seated on a throne with the Christ child on her lap, flanked by St. Anne and a kneeling St. John the Baptist. Masaccio's portrayal of the figures is characterized by its naturalism and grace, with the Madonna and Child depicted in a tender embrace. The painting's composition, with its symmetrical arrangement of figures and balanced proportions, creates a sense of harmony and serenity that invites contemplation and devotion. The Madonna and Child with St. Anne is regarded as one of Masaccio's most beautiful and spiritually uplifting works. The Trinity with the Virgin, St. John the Evangelist, and Donors, 1425 to 1427. This fresco, also located in the Santa Maria Novella Church in Florence, is another masterpiece of perspective and composition. It depicts the Trinity, with God the Father holding the crucified Christ, as well as the Virgin Mary, St. John the Evangelist, and two donors kneeling at the foot of the cross. Masaccio's use of perspective creates a sense of depth and space, with the figures appearing to inhabit a real architectural environment. The painting's composition, with its central vanishing point and carefully balanced arrangement of figures, creates a sense of symmetry and harmony that reinforces the theological significance of the scene. The Trinity with the Virgin, St. John the Evangelist, and Donors is considered one of Masaccio's most monumental and spiritually profound works. Masaccio's life was tragically cut short when he passed away at the young age of 27 in late 1428, leaving behind a legacy that would profoundly influence the course of Western art. While the exact circumstances of his death remain uncertain, Masaccio's untimely departure marked the loss of one of the greatest painters of the early Renaissance.